I'm Demetrius Andre. This is Vitalize, mental and physical performance. When I take this, I feel focused, I feel ready, and my body is willing to do whatever it takes to become number one.
A man who loves boxing, even though he is the one that brought a different combat sport to a preeminent position in the world of sports. He's guided the UFC as its president and has made it an important part of the pop and sports culture of the United States, and in fact, the entire world. And along the way, he and his organization have brought big events, prestige, and revenue to Las Vegas and, in fact, all of Nevada. He's here to present Vinny Pazienza for induction into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Please help me welcome Mr. Dana White.
I know you're all thinking, what the hell is he doing here? Contrary to popular belief, I am a huge boxing fan. Always have been and always will be. If it wasn't for the sport of boxing, I would not be here today. And one of the many fighters that I loved in the heyday is Vinny Pazienza, the Tasmanian Devil. He turned pro in 1983 and fought for over 2 decades. This guy fought for 21 years. His final fight was in 2004. He won his 50th career victory. At 60 fights, 50 wins, 30 by knockout. He won 5 world titles, the IBF World Lightweight Championship when he beat Greg Haugen, the WBA Junior Middleweight Championship, he beat Gilbert DeLay, the IBO World Middleweight Championship when he beat Dan Sherry, IBC Super Middleweight Championship when he beat Duran for the vacant title, and the WBU Super Middleweight Championship, he beat Dana Rosenblatt for the vacant title. Now, many of you have heard this story of Vinny Pazienza. He was at the peak of his career in 1992. He just won a world title. He was on a ride with one of his friends and they were in a horrible car accident. And Vinny Pazienza broke his neck. The doctor told him that he probably wouldn't walk again and he absolutely positively would never fight again. And at this time, in 1992, I was 23 years old. And USA's Tuesday night fights was massive. On Tuesday night, I don't care what was going on, I was home watching Tuesday night fights. And Vinny Pazienza was the king of USA Tuesday night fights in the early 90s. And any of you that saw the story of him where he broke his neck, he literally leaves the hospital with these metal poles attached to his shoulder and a halo screwed into his skull, okay? Sneaks down into his father's basement and starts training again without telling anybody, lifting weights, shadow boxing, remarkable stuff, right? Well, they did this piece on USA's Tuesday Night Fights about it, and it was phenomenal. It's one of the most inspirational things I've ever seen in my life. I had it on VHS tape, and I watched it all the time. And a lot of what happened with these boxers early on in my life, these things that I watched, I've said it many times, there were a lot of things that I loved about boxing and a lot of things that I didn't. And I implemented those things into the UFC. Well, Anthony Giordano is the guy that shot the Vinny Pazienza piece on USA Tuesday Night Fights, and I hired him at the UFC, and I said, these are the kind of stories that we want to tell. But the reality is that Paz was an absolute warrior, and he's the type of fighter that people love to watch. He had heart, style, showmanship, power, and he was the type of fighter that made you love the sport of boxing. He was only the second fighter in boxing history to win world titles both at lightweight and junior middleweight. And in my opinion, Vinny Pazienza is the greatest comeback story in the history of sports. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to induct the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza, into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love Dana. Fucker, he got me. I didn't think he was going to be here. Boy. Thank you for your applause. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm glad this day came. I love Las Vegas. It's the only place I ever go to anymore. I was happy to entertain all of you. I was just 5 years old, and I fell in love with this guy, and I literally lived my life after him. I tried to do what he always did. It was a guy by the name of Muhammad Ali. You all know who I'm talking about, of course, yeah. Crazy, crazy. God, I can't believe this. Floyd, I'm glad you're here. Soldier, warrior. He fought, and then even fought one of Dana's guys, which was very entertaining. You know, it's cool. The rings you guys are giving us, I'm astonished. You know, like, how do you guys afford that? The rings are beautiful. I literally have one on now, and because of this, I love that ring. So I'm not gonna need this one anymore. And this is an old Rocky Marciano ring, a world championship ring from Rocky Marciano. Who's the biggest Marciano fan in here? Wait a minute. No, I really mean this. All right, no, I'm serious about this. The ring that this organization gives to us fighters is really nice. So, whoever the biggest Rocky Marciano fan is, yeah, I'll give this to you right now. Just Come up and get it. Come up and get it. I love that. and not just a chick, a fighting chick gets it. That's pretty cool. Wow. Layla, nice. And the other guy, he calls himself the Tasmexian devil. Like, he's just crazy, the other guy. He's like one of my biggest fans, and he's nuts. Maurizio, I love seeing you. The best. If there was just one world title, it would be the WBC, the green belt. It would be the only one that boxing needs. They do a lot of great things for boxers. They've done great things for me when I was at a low point in my life. That man came to the table and just, he's amazing. He's amazing. They're the only, I won 5 world titles. I won like every world title you could imagine. But just one I didn't win, and it's his. It's the WBC belt, the green belt. I couldn't win it. So finally, he said, Vinny, I'm going to give you an honorary belt before you kill yourself. So he gave me, I have his honorary belt with my other 5. This is no lie and no joke. The WBC is the only one out of all the titles. The WBC is the only one that takes care of their fighters. They're the only one that does things for people. They do charity funds all the time. They give money to people that really need it. They're just amazing, and I'm proud to be in your presence here, and I'm happy to be with you all the time. You know that. And you know our girl Zena is unbelievable. You know, she loves you, and I know you love her right back. That's my girl, my PR girl. She's awesome. Oh man. Well, guess that's about it. I'd like to. All right, one more thing. I'm up here because I'm a tough bastard. That's why I'm up here. I could fight. I don't know why or how, but I just could fight. But I miss, and I wish they were here, today. I miss my parents, my mother and father. I got lucky, yeah. That's something, and everybody in here knows it. It's something that you just got to be lucky to have. And I was lucky to have great parents. I lucked out, because I wouldn't have won one world title if I didn't have them. And I just want to tell you how tough my parents were. Just little story about each one. My mother, little old Italian, little cutie pie. She was a hairdresser. She was walking home from going grocery shopping because she didn't drive. She tripped on the block, 2 blocks up ahead from the house. She trips and 2 bags of groceries fall. She gets up, she puts the groceries back in the bags, walks down the street 2 more blocks, walks up 2 flights of stairs, cooks dinner for my father, and then says, Angelo, will you please take me to the hospital because my knee's killing me. My father takes her to the hospital, and the doctor says, Angelo, your wife is one tough son of a bitch. She broke her knee in 8 places. Like, it's nuts. The doctor said, we take football players off in stretches when people do this. My father was a great athlete. He was an athlete in Italy. In Italy, he was about to represent the Italian skiing team where they did all around, the long jump, the slalom, the downhill. But it was at the time when Hitler was killing all the Jews. You know, and he didn't just kill Jews. He went through whatever he went through. He killed everybody. So the Nazis were at my father's house and they took something. My father pitchforked the Nazi in the heart, killed him, had to leave Italy and came to America. That's the only reason why I'm here today. That's tough. I had 2 tough parents. Cool, thank you. Love you, Mauricio. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Oh yeah, and I swear to God, my mother used to love Al Bernstein. My father would have killed him if he was here now.
Vinny Pazienza, ladies and gentlemen.